morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Come on, let's give it up a round of applause this morning for Be Well Magazine Meet and Greet, which is presented by the Circle of Impact. If everyone could mute your lines at this time, that way we can have a clear Zoom meeting. So I just want to say that for those who don't know me, I am Minister Aisha Williams Houston. I am the CEO and executive chef of Multi Cuisines by Aisha. I'm a retired Cook County sheriff, and I just want to say that being a part of this community has truly taught me the value of collaboration, integrity, and a true impact of travel and connection. And being a part of this community, you all, has truly transformed my life, especially in how I view travel, not just a destination, but that travel is so therapeutic. You experience the healing, the connection, and it empowers people. So thank you, Director Carmen Ray, for putting this committee together, this organization. And when we think about impact, we're thinking about how we can come together on purpose to build meaningful relationship and to influence one another in a way that only allows us to serve the world, right? So welcome again. And I'm always reminded from a biblical perspective, and this is why I love this community, because everywhere in the world they want to take the Father out, but we can't do nothing without him. And it tells us in Hebrew to not to forget to assemble ourselves, to come together that we may be encouraged and we may be built. So thank you so much that we are coming together, right, sisters, right, brothers, to encourage each other and to be able to go out and help the world. So with all of that being said, I can go on and on and on and on. But what I want to do is introduce to someone who I have been privileged to know with over the past 2.5 years. She is a woman of a great caliber, a great status. Her character, her consistency, and her vision of Be Well magazine. She is the founder. She is the CEO. She's my partner in IntelliTravel and in Planet. Ooh, I apologize. She is my partner. She's in part my partner in business, and she's an entrepreneur of well over 40 years of experience. So I want to bring up to you all my sister in success, Carmen Ray. Carmen Ray, are you ready?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Minister Asia, for opening us up. And thank you guys so much for making time to join us today. And I want you to know that we have a really big goal this morning. I know how sacred our Saturdays are in the Be Well community. You know, we have the self care Saturday. So it is really a big deal for people to sacrifice their Saturdays, especially those of us that's navigating full time jobs. We're navigating our businesses. This is a big deal, but I can assure you that it's going to be worth your time. But we do have a goal. We have a goal, and we want to have 50 people on the line. We're almost halfway there. Everybody knows when I do Zooms, I'm always going to maximize them. So, hey, Denise Hutton, I see you beautiful front and center. So, I want us to each reach out and invite someone that maybe is trying to navigate life, navigating entrepreneurship. They just need to be on today. And let me just explain to you somebody. One of our new members in the community, I just got this text. This is going to give you context about what this community is about, what being well is about in business. So, check this out. I just got this text 3 minutes before I got on. Greetings. I am going to hop on the Zoom for a few minutes because I need this. Do y'all hear me? People that's navigating entrepreneurship, that don't mean that they stop going through life. Life is still happening, Sylvia. But when people still show up and they push past the sadness, the trauma, whatever they're going through, but they still show up for their business, that's what Be Well is all about. It is not sweet out here to think that while you're trying to navigate family, while you're trying to be there for your loved ones, your business still needs to go on. So this message said, my dad has taken a turn for the worse, and I have been with my mother at the hospital since Thursday. Thank you so much for sending the reminders. I really appreciate you and all that you do. Thank you so much. Hashtag be well. That's what this is about. I know you put flyers out, but sometimes when you're trying to build a business, Betty, you need to text somebody. People not sitting glued to Facebook all the time. If somebody don't like your post, this is we're not gonna get an attitude in 2026. We're gonna go that extra mile and we're gonna text people. Some of the people that you're gonna hear speaking today, they literally was just invited 15 minutes ago. They did not require me to dot all the I's and cross all the T's. God put them on my heart. This is who the people need to hear from today. And they said yes. Some people said no. Some people ignored me. That's just entrepreneurship. That's building relationships. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So let's go ahead and get officially started here. Good afternoon, everyone. And thank you so much for joining us for our very first. This is our very first virtual Be Well meet and greet. Do not ask me why it took me 13 years to figure this out. I may be a little slow, but let me tell you, Director Denise, when I get it, it is on and popping. It took me 13 years to realize I've been building a Facebook community with over 1,500 people in it. And I'm so used to doing things belly to belly, face to face. I never thought about what could happen when we actually bring the people together and how to leverage this technology so that they can, then there's no boundaries. People can join us from all around the world this way. So this is going to be the first of many. We're going to be doing these meetups quarterly. So if you are not connected in the Be Well Facebook group, you need to be connected. Hey, I see my sister Success Patrice register on here. Thank you so much. So Mike, if you could please put in the chat in case anybody is not in our main group, our free group, you want to be there. You want to hang out there because that's going to be a place where you can get connected from the very beginning. All right. So whether this is your first touch point with us or you've been connected for years, I am so glad that you are here. Today is about giving you community, information, and opportunities that support your personal and your entrepreneurial growth. We're going to talk a lot about business, but we're also going to talk about more of those foundational things because one of the things that we learned is that before you can build business, you got to build people. People got to build their confidence. They got to build their just their awareness of things because we do not want to build a business on shaky ground. Okay. So I'm going to be talking to you about my favorite thing of our three pillars is be well connected. Let's connect with the people. Let's make sure that we are genuinely connecting with people and showcasing what it is that we can give them and what we can receive. Just having these very intentional, transparent, collaborative kind of relationships is so foundational. So the first pillar is be well connected. So be well is built on three pillars, guys. This has been our foundation since day one. To be well connected, to be well informed, and to be well inspired. That's what we're all about. So connection is foundation to everything that we do. We have our Facebook community I just shared with you. We have accountability circles. We have retreats. If you've ever been to a Be Well retreat, please put in the chat so we can know who our retreat goers are. And then I want you, if you are booked to go on our first Be Well cruise, our retreat cruise, put that in the chat. Put cruise. We are sailing away on the Celebrity Eclipse on April 19th. If you're part of that cruise, please put cruise in the chat so y'all can know that we are true to this travel lifestyle. So the seeds of Be Well were planted in Milwaukee around 2012, and we expanded when I moved to Arizona in 2014 and grew even stronger once travel and entrepreneurship entered my life about 9 years ago, Dr. Joy. So that combination of bringing community together, visibility, and entrepreneurship is what has allowed me and allowed Be Well to grow into this platform that you see today that reaches the United States and beyond. We are, y'all, do y'all know, Valerie, we're starting to cultivate relationships, strong relationships with women in Panama. Listen, this is a global business. That's why we all love travel so much, because you're not limited, Dr. Joy, just in your community. You're going to have the capacity to move around, grow your network, and just experience people from all over. And I have a fairly new partner. We haven't met in person yet, but she's in Texas. Sylvia is new. We didn't meet before in person, but I feel like I know her. A friend of mine connected me with me on LinkedIn, hadn't talked to her in years. She said, I got a woman that will be perfectly part of your network and your business. Had one conversation with Sylvia. She's like, how do I sign up? I want to do it all. I want to do women's empowerment. I want to do part of your travel network. Y'all, that's what this is about. Making sure that we are intentional about this opportunity to collaborate. All right. So I want to share with you the engine behind Be Well. Y'all know that at 63, I'm all about working smarter, not harder. I hope y'all know I'm not thinking about doing all this by myself. Why would I? Why would I when I'm surrounded by so much talent? I'm always thinking, who can I collaborate with? How can I partner to my weakness? Y'all, that's my superpower. I love when I can work with people and pull out their talents and they let me do what I do best, and that's create platforms, community, and connections. I don't want to learn all the technology. I don't want to learn all that stuff because I have people in my network that's extremely gifted. Only reason why I'm talking to y'all right now is because I put in my mind, like, if one day I'm gonna have a house so big that y'all gonna be able to come over and it's gonna be like we in the living room talking. So I'm preparing for this to be my living room conversation. I'm not a public speaker, but I got some public speakers in my network, like Director Denise Fields Russell, like Dr. Bree, like Kimberly Caldwell. Kimberly Caldwell be trying to tell me she's not a public speaker, but she is, and she spoke at one of my events. I have real professional public speakers in my network, Dr. Joy. So that is why we're able to do what we do best when we know what our lane is and we're able to partner with people who are really gifted in certain areas. So when I put out this call for women who were entrepreneurs, leaders, and supporters of women in business, these are the women who said yes. So I was sitting on Betty's porch right here in Lithia Springs, Georgia, and God gave me a vision. I was all people out. Y'all, if you in a business, and don't be in a network marketing business, but y'all already know if you in any type of business that you take serious, because we do got some people in business that treat it as a hobby. But if you in business, like if you don't hunt, you don't eat. If you're in that kind of business, Tina, let me tell you, it can become flat out draining. The amount of people that will ignore you, the amount of people, Wendy, that's going to say no to you, the people who just act like you ain't worth 2 cents. So one day I was sitting on that porch and I was exhausted, y'all. All I did was reach out to a certain group of women and said, listen, I just need y'all to support me on this project. I was missing my sales target. They didn't ask me no kind of extra information. These are not women I talk to every day. I reached out to 50 of those women and 18 of them said yes. And that's how you know if you got community. Some of these women I talk to a couple times a year. Some of them I talk to every day, but that's how you build community. You just need to know who has your back and who may not so that you can know how to proceed. And that's what we're going to be learning in 2026. So they serve our leadership circle. This, when you hear us talking about the circle of impact, this is who we're talking about. This is our first time in our magazine issue introducing you all, but we've been building some behind the scenes since July. And so when you hear their names, I want to see some hearts, some flames, all of that, because these are the women that support me as a woman in business. They support me personally. They support me professionally. When I ask for something to help me, to share ideas, to give me their time, they say yes. Okay, so here are the women that's in the circle of impact, and I want to see the hearts and flames going. Jackie Delane, one of my first business partners out of that Illinois area. When I tell you she has had my back for some years, let me tell y'all, family is what we've been blessed with, but friends is who we are gifted with. And Jackie Delane has shown up in more ways than I can even explain. But if there wasn't a Jackie Delane, I would know nothing about a Betty Brown. That's whose computer I'm on right now. That's who I'm on a perpetual state of retreat retreat living right now in beautiful Lithia Springs, Georgia. Do y'all see? Are y'all connecting the dots? So put somebody put in the chat, hint, hint, clue, clue, because we're gonna show y'all at the end how we all connected. Jackie Delane, Betty Brown, Denise Fields Russell. I do not see enough hearts and flames. I need y'all to hit the hearts and flames. Okay, Denise Fields Russell, who is my everyday accountability partner. Yes, we connect every day. When I'm down, she's up. When she's up, I'm down. Like we really, really got this thing going strong. We have totally brought our teams together. It's just a relationship sent directly from the heavens. I love working with her. Dr. Joy Heiss. If it wasn't for Director Denise, I would have never met Minister Asia. I would not have access to Dr. Joy Heiss, y'all. Let me tell you, the way that I connect with this lady, I feel like I've been knowing her all my life. Then we have Kiana Tyson. She's not on today. She's at a funeral. She's out of state. But when I tell you this young lady is powerful, she's in that Arizona area. We have our new editor-in-chief of Be Well magazine, AJ Ellis Small, y'all, and she's been doing a fantastic job. I would have never met AJ if it wasn't for Waniata Carter, that's part of Director Denise's team. Hint, hint, clue, clue. Do y'all get these connections? See, that's what I want y'all to get out of all of this. And then we got Linda Michelle Trainer, one of my dearest friends, met her online. We became sister friends. She's going to be speaking today. We are sideline partners, but we were friends before we even knew that we even were in the same travel business. She got history with Be Well. Then we have Valerie Verhoeven Hefty, again, another young lady that's really, really showing us how to be resilient. She said yes. She got on board right away. Never would have met her if it wasn't for Director Denise. And then we have Jocelyn Obermeyer out of that Arizona area. She is absolutely amazing. She does powerful, powerful work for hospice. She plays the harp. And so she is one of those women we met online from day one. I didn't even know her. I was moving from Milwaukee to Arizona with $200 to my name and 2 pieces of luggage. And I was selling something online, a book I was promoting or something. One of the books I just bought, listen, she purchased the book. We start connecting. She starts sponsoring my retreats. She starts supporting me. Hint, hint, clue, clue. Now Jocelyn is really doing her work in ministry, but she still is making time for Be Well. All right, then we got Andrea Fudge. Let's see. I want you to know, put in the chat, up and coming. I absolutely love the way she show up and how serious she is about her business. You guys are going, she's part of my of our team. Again, she's part of Betty and Velma's network. Y'all, do y'all see how these dots are connecting? And then one of my dearest friends and biggest supporters is Dr. Bernicia Adams Robinson. When I met her, Denise Hutton, I was in Arizona. Who knew that I was going to end up being blessed to be here to have this extended time in Georgia where I can really spend time with 2 of my favorite ladies, Linda Michelle Trainer and Dr. Bernicia Adams. Y'all gonna hear from her today too. And then my California sister, Christina E. Vidalis, is part of the Circle of Impact. She's in California. And then one of the first people to get the vision of the magazine, she not only invested in the magazine financially, but she did it with the whole spirit of giving, nurturing my vision with the magazine. Guess what? She's a sideline partner. I would have never knew her if it wasn't for Andre Turner, who was connected to Betty Brown. If y'all don't say hint, hint, clue, clue, y'all done missed the whole thing. Y'all done missed it. But Kimberly Caldwell out of North Carolina, she's busy today, but she couldn't be on camera. She couldn't speak, but she is behind the scenes. At any point that she wants to unmute herself and share anything, she knows she can always get access to this platform. Her and I don't talk, we don't talk very often, but I want you to know, when I held my 10-year retreat in Arizona, not only did she come from there, North Carolina, y'all, she sponsored 10 of her team members. Y'all, do you understand how powerful that is? You don't know. Y'all better start taking these online relationships offline. Her and I have been able to brainstorm, really, really share our visions. We found out we got a couple things in common. We both been divorced twice. We both worked in a family business. We both love residual income, and we leaning all in at this part of our life into the power of network marketing. It's good to have a safe place where you can share your dreams and visions with. And so that's what I'm doing with Kimberly Caldwell. So, y'all, I'm so grateful to have her as a publishing partner with the magazine. Then we got Valerie Coleman Beckham. Let's give her some hearts. She is out of Arizona. She participates on every level. She'll let me know in a minute, girl, anything you're doing, just text me. Like, I don't have time to always be on Facebook. Anything, everything. And yesterday she has celebrated her 2-year anniversary as my business partner. But you cannot tell me that we haven't known each other forever. We spent time at convention. We shared a room. She has been nothing but a blessing to me, my family, and has cheered me on from day one. Okay. Guess where I met her at? At a Be Well retreat. See, this is how these dots connect. And then we have Joanne Dozier out of Canada. Didn't I tell y'all we are growing globally? I would have never met Joanne if it wasn't for Michelle Peavy. Where did I get Michelle Peavy from? She in Milwaukee, I'm in Arizona. How did we connect? How you think? Because of director Denise Fields Russell. So then she connected me to Marie Nadine, who I fell in love with. Now Joanne is one of our health and wellness practitioners in our community. She's so serious about what she does. Now she's a part of the Circle of Impact, and there you go. So one of our Circle of Impact is closed. So if anybody thinking, oh, I want to be part of that Circle of Impact, I'm sorry, we are closed. We are building something over the next 5 years that we can't take a chance on adding anybody else. But we do got another opportunity for you to interact and grow with us. That's the Be Well membership that you're going to learn more about. The membership was totally closed. My friend, my sister in Arizona, Charlene Murph, she came on board. She was one of the first people that said yes. She was one of the first text messages when I said, I'm building this circle. Would you participate? She was the first one. I'm on my way to work, but yeah, what I need to do. Okay, but so the Circle of Impact was closed until I met Dr. Lynn Collier. How did I meet Dr. Lynn? I knew nothing about Dr. Lynn. I was in Arizona. She was in North Carolina. Kimberly Caldwell connected us. Man, y'all, the power of networking. If y'all missed this today, see, when somebody, you guys don't go deep enough with the relationships, you don't keep it going. If people don't have immediate yes for you sometime, then we just let the relationships go. I'm going to hold on for dear life. I'm one of those relationships, you're going to have to kick me to the curb, kick me off. Because I know that sometimes if you don't understand the value of what we have here, but Be Well, I need to explain it more. I need to showcase it more. And I don't take it personally. So that's why it is so important that you keep those relationships going. So these women represent the heart and the wisdom and the leadership of Be Well. And so none of this, none of what you see with Be Well would be possible if it wasn't for the genius of Michael DeMond. So that's who I am going to bring up next. My part of today was to just talk about Be Well Connected and make sure you understand the importance and the power of connections. But in business, you got to partner to your weakness. I was scared to death of Chat GPT, y'all. When Mike first brought this to me a couple years ago, I was like, you know what? These people, they just don't went too far. Like, I still can't even understand the fax machine. Mike, I'm not doing any of this. Like this thing, they're gonna steal my image. Like, I was so paranoid. He ignored me. He still kept feeding me stuff like, watch this YouTube. He's so patient. So it is not just Mike's skill. It's not just his skill. It's his temperament. Right, Dr. Bree? It's his patience. So we are so honored and grateful to have Mike as part of the Be Well. He is our guru with marketing. He makes sure that we don't get left behind in this technology. And he has the patience of Job. I'm telling you, if he can work with me, so I'm just, before I turn it over to Mike, to let y'all know, 2 years ago, I was like, don't mention that AI stuff to me. I blocked every ad on Facebook. Like, this ain't nothing but the devil. Like, I'm not doing any of this. They gave me my statistics, Wendy, for what my engagement was for 2025. Do y'all know I ranked in the top 1% of the people, top 1% of all of the Chat GPT users. They gave me my statistics. I don't know if I should be excited or embarrassed because this thing has become my therapist, my graphic artist, my project manager, my everything, my fitness coach. I'm using Chat GPT. It has totally changed my life. And that is one of the many reasons why I'm so grateful to Michael DeMille. Take it away.
All right, thank you so much, Carmen, for that intro, for that backstory. Y'all think she playing? She ain't playing at all. I have to just kind of continue that story and just tell you how Carmen always would tell me like, "Oh, I don't do technology. I don't do technology. I don't do technology." She used to on a regular because for those of you who know, she has brilliant ideas all the time, and then she's like, "Mike, how do we do this? Mike, how do we do that?" So y'all know when ChatGPT came up, I'm like, "Oh, I'm definitely gonna get her plugged in because she needs to learn how to do some of this stuff." And you cannot stop her now. A lot of the things that you see coming out, the content, the information, the magazine, some of the magazine content, it's all coming from Carmen. So don't let her fool you to tell you that she don't do technology. She is definitely up on it, and that's what I love about working with her. She really just really example exemplifies what it looks like for people to be able to embrace something that they might initially think they're afraid of or that they can't do, and to be able to see people go from one place and one mindset to another where it's like, oh, I just love this. A lot of you on this call who have come to the Rise with AI workshops have experienced that. That's the thing that really drives me, seeing people not be able to have their dreams and their ideas blocked because they feel there's a technical limitation, but to be able to use the technology and use the tools that are available to us in order to be able to birth the ideas and help the people that you want to help. None of us would be here if all of us were afraid to do things that we were initially scared to do. And if technology is going to be one of those tools that's going to allow you to overcome the fears and the barriers and to reach people that you may not have reached before, would Carmen have been connected to all these people if she was scared to use Facebook and scared to be seen on social media? You probably wouldn't be here today. So it's just really important to be number one part of a community like the Be Well community, so that especially as entrepreneurs, you can connect with other people who are on a similar journey to yours. You can realize, because I know when I first started as an entrepreneur, it's a very lonely road oftentimes, and you feel like people don't get you, your family don't get you, the people closest to you don't understand why you're doing this and why you don't just stick to the job and do that. Like those are all things that you might quietly keep within your head that we are all thinking. But if you plug into a place that has community, that has other people who understand why you're doing what you're doing and willing to support you to get there, those are the things that are very important. That's the reason why I like to do the things that I do with the Be Well community. So I am here to talk about our second pillar, which is called Be Well Informed. And one of the main vehicles that we do and that we use to keep you all informed is the magazine. It's called Be Well Travel and Lifestyle Magazine. We've been producing it for some years now, and you've seen the evolution of the magazine over time. Now, to some of you, it may think magazine, you just think this publication, but it's so much deeper than that. It's really a central nerve system that bring all of these different elements of Be Well together. On the latest issue, the Pack Light issue, you'll see we have Denisha Kennard featured. Denisha has a very, very deep story and journey that she explains about how she's lost 100 pounds multiple times. Like, can you talk about losing weight 100 pounds multiple times? I've never done it in my life. But to be able to go and do that multiple times, but also to experience what that feels like to have the ups and the downs, there's so much depth in Denisha's story and what she shares. So definitely make sure you're looking out for that interview when that interview comes out on our YouTube channel. To be able to not only just learn from people's personal experience, but also to be able to get educated by the consultants, the people who are professionally trained in their field and their expertise. All of that stuff is available to you inside of the magazine. We deliver that magazine every quarter. The first one is the one that we just put out just this last Friday, in case you missed the virtual release. It's available both for free on the digital. So you go to bewellmagazines.com to download that. You'll be able to download that and read that from any device. We also have the ability for you to order printed copies. So if you're one of those people who want to sit down with your favorite beverage and your favorite spot in your house and read through the magazine, you can also order a print copy. So the magazine is there, and I want you to really think about that magazine as an extension of the community and the people that you're connected with here. If you want to take those relationships deeper, and if you want to know more about the things that are offered, not just through Be Well, but through all the different professionals who are plugged into the magazine, that's going to be the place that you want to go. And that's going to be your best way to stay connected and to stay plugged into everything that we do. You'll see inside of the magazine and on the website and inside the Facebook groups all the upcoming events. We have 4040, which is our group coaching program, which is going to be starting next week on the 20th, I think it is. Is that correct, Carmen? 20th or 26th? Okay. That's going to be plugged in. So make sure that you are always looking forward to and getting that magazine, whether it's in digital and print, because that's really going to be your key, your source to all the things that are going on and all the things that are coming up. So thank you for this opportunity to plug in and to be able to share all of that with you. For those of you who want to stay connected and find out a little bit more about what it is that I can help you do, you're in the right place. Keep coming. If Carmen invites you, be there. You most likely are going to see me there. Okay. All right, Carmen, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Thank you so much, Mike. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, guys, we're going to keep it moving. We're now going to move to our Be Well Inspire, where you're going to hear from real entrepreneurs and community members so they can share how Be Well supports them, their personal and their business growth. And the very first speaker is brand new. She hasn't even been part of the community for not even a week yet. And so I want you guys to meet Katina. So Katina, you want to come on up and introduce yourself?
Can you hear me, Miss Carmen? Can you hear
We
me?
can. Yep. Yep. We
Okay,
sure
awesome.
can.
Thank you for the intro. Hello everyone. My name is Katina. I'm new, pretty much new to here. Like she said, it hasn't even really been a week. How we met was again, she mentioned Miss Betty earlier, over and over again. That's how we met, was through Miss Betty. And then I met Carmen, and then I met her daughters. But I am also in Arizona. I moved from Chicago, similar to the Miss Carmen story. It's my husband and I. We came with $500, and now we've been able to 10 times that residually in our business just in the last 2 years. So, who am I? My husband and I, we are benefit consultants. And what we do is we lead by education. We both were educators for 10 years, 20 years combined. So in this sector, as we educate people on benefits, we do it the same way we did as teachers. Quite frankly, when you're a business owner, and of course we're getting to the bag and securing the bag, we want to make sure you protect it. So we like to educate you on all benefits. That's your health, that's your dental, that's your vision, that's your accident. Did you even know that there's gap coverage for your health insurance as it was for car insurance? Like we educate you the full way through. And quite frankly, we can't move forward unless you understand. You can ask Miss Carmen. I was talking to her. I said, do you get it? She said, I think I do. I said, okay, we're gonna do this again. And so like because it's really important for us to understand as we were employers, our employers took care of our benefits. So if we are our own business owner and we are our employer and we're an employee for that employer, we need to take care of our employees, and that starts with ourselves. So we like to educate in that aspect of that. In Be Well, Miss Carmen had me speak about myself. And in there, I said that I'm reinventing with intention, grace, and consistency, and growth without burnout. I have been a mother for a year and a half. It's a new sector for me. So, in the midst of moving here, in the midst of building our business, we had a child. It was just like my husband always says, it was like we went through a portal and was like out of nowhere. We were teaching and traveling to now we're building this business and we're in Arizona with a child. But when I met with Miss Carmen, she spoke about Be Well, and we also added the travel aspect to our business. Why? Because travel supports real life and quality of life, and it represents rest, connection, and experiences. And since we work with seniors, families, self-employed, and business owners, we want to represent how we don't have to wait till later to be able to travel. It can be a part of your everyday. It can be a part of your expenses. It can be a part of a way where it can actually help you or save you money from doing that travel with that. So, as I sum up everything though, before my husband and I went on this journey, we call it a journey of faith, is what we went on. We traveled 19 states. Like, seriously, we traveled 19 states by car intentionally so that we can align ourselves in rooms and trainings and find people that would that had the same vision and views that we had, but could help build us. Because quite frankly, when you in the wrong room, baby, it would affect you. Okay, and you will see it. No type of jet lag, anything will do that. Being in the wrong room or even the wrong Zoom. So I feel like when you in the right room, when you in the right Zoom, you feel peace, you feel comfort, you feel supported. And I haven't even been here a week, and we've only been on here for I don't even know the time right now, 30 minutes. But I feel that connection with you women, and Be Well. I'm happy to be here with Be Well in business. The travel network partner that am with Common, I'm just drawn to purpose. I'm drawn to wellness and integrity. And pretty much my role here is to help any individuals who need that education about their benefits, how it helps you, how it can be tax deductible, how that can work for you, whether it's your dental or your vision, your retirement, all of those things. We help put those things together for you. And at the end of the day, the name of our business is Purely Flourish. And the purpose of it is we want to help people flourish. I'm grateful and I'm excited to be here and to build with you all and to just get closer to my goals and being around women who are doing what I'm doing, who are already in the space of what I'm doing. And I'm just excited to be here. And thank you so much, Carmen, for running the team.
Wow. Y'all clap it up for Katina. Brand new. I offered her this opportunity because one thing you can count on me, I'm gonna share the good news. And I like to talk about the money. I'm gonna talk about the real stuff that some people don't want to talk about. That $189 I was paying for my health insurance in Arizona, I was thinking, well, this is not too bad. Cause see, we don't know what we don't know. I was like, I really hate this money coming out of my money, but this is what health insurance costs. I didn't know any better. So I was happy. 189, pay the 189. I was hearing horror stories of people paying $300-$400. So I'm like, I guess I'm doing okay. Then I come to Georgia. I said, okay, I think I'm gonna do a change of address here because I'm going to be bouncing back and forth between Georgia and Atlanta. So y'all, it's called two homes. So I don't have to be stationed. I don't have any little kids. I have dual citizenship between Georgia and Arizona. I can go back anytime I want, right? So I said, but I feel like I need to be planted in Georgia right now because this is where the millionaires play, and I'm an entrepreneur. I need to be in this abundance mindset. Arizona is about chilling, mountain climbing, retiring. It ain't the get it out the mud kind of vibe in Arizona. It make you want to go curl up and go camping or something when you're in Arizona. It just give you this relaxation kind of thing. But when I come to Georgia, Atlanta specifically, it gave me a different energy. So how did Katina help me? So I was happy paying the 189, messed around and checked to see what it would be. What would my insurance be if I moved to Georgia? It was 103. I was calling everybody in my family. Guess what, y'all? My insurance went down from 189 to 103. It just saved me this extra money every month. But then it got better. Betty introduced me to Katina. She went through my plan with me. Y'all get ready for this. She went over my plan, let me know what I had, how to make it better. And now I got extra coverage, better coverage, and I pay $28 a month. So y'all got me twisted if you think I wasn't gonna introduce her. And then they made a mistake and added vision. I was paying the medical, the vision, the dental all separate. But her plan, when she went through and she interviewed me, what did I need? How do I use the doctor? So we're not paying all the extra stuff. People don't know insurance like that. Like you almost need to go get a degree in insurance to understand it. That's why I know how to partner and collaborate to my weakness. And when I learn something, I'm going to share something. So I want you guys to make sure that you schedule. We'll put a calendar link in our private community. You want to get a consulting access to Katina so she can look at your information. That's what I had her do with my daughters. She went over their plans through their jobs to make sure that they were appropriately insured. So Katina is going to be our go-to person. And thank you so much, Betty, for connecting us. All right, next up we have Dr. Bree. Dr. Bree, I'm turning it over to you, my dear.
But I can bring myself off of mute. First of all, OMG. Oh my God, I'm in HR. That is just blowing my mind. Okay. I think I'm going to be one of the ones that check that. I mean, I'm still employed, but I think I need to talk to you. Okay. Real soon because I'm getting ready to retire. Hello, my sisters. It is always so good to see faces in the Be Well community. And I tell you, Miss Carmen, Mr. Michael, they are absolutely phenomenal. I actually met Carmen. I don't know if she remembers. My first lady in the church had a forum she called Hey Sis, and Carmen came on to do a presentation, and it was just almost an instant connection. I think she said one thing that it resonates with me today. She said, collaboration is the new currency. It was true then, all those years ago. It's true now. And I think sometimes we don't understand. We get so caught up in texting and videotape. I mean, just sending a videotape or an audio. We forget connection. Because even Zoom, we don't put our cameras on, we chat in the chat queue. We're still not connecting. But when we can turn that camera, now Carmen know me. Linda Michelle is my accountability partner. They know me. I prefer to have breakfast. Let's go to lunch. Let's really connect. Linda Michelle, Carmen and I are going to be connecting in February. I mean, just a face-to-face, just spending a day in sisterhood. But barring that, let's let's show our face, let's see each other. So that's my little rant for the day. I'm through. Let me do what Carmen asked me to do. I'm Dr. Bernita Adams Robinson. My profession is human resource management. My calling is empowerment and helping people let go of those wounds of the past that keep you stuck in neutral so you can't get to your next level. The one thing I have, and I'm going to stick to my 3 to 5 minutes. I promise you, Carmen, but I got to get on my soapbox for a minute. The one thing I see constantly, I've been in HR for 36 years. You see all kind of paradigms of leadership. And the one thing I see consistently is people in leadership who have a broken spirit, who literally tear apart teams and undermines people's essence of motivation. You're at work 8 hours, 10 hours a day, 5 days a week. To have to report to a leader who is dogmatic, cruel, overbearing, that carries over into your entire life. And I've seen people literally broken by bad leadership. So my ministry is Proverbial Peace Revive. We have 3 legs of the ministry: woman to woman, keeping it real; man to man, the real deal, face of the future. God has really exploded woman to woman in face of the future. And in that, I deal with women who have been bruised, broken. They've gone through rape, molestation, child abuse, families who couldn't love them, daddies who were not there, and fathers, they don't understand when dad is absent, a girl is missing so much. So I understand the paradigm of a broken woman getting a power of leadership and not knowing how to handle it. So one of the main programs I have is to help women in leadership accept that their identity in Christ, to understand how to lead in excellence and put the baggage of the brokenness in their rearview mirror. You got to face it, deal with it, handle it, be strengthened by it, and move on. That's the main mantle I have. The other thing, I wrote a book a couple of years ago called Unleash Educational Excellence. I went on a 2-year journey to understand why in the school system you had teachers blaming parents and parents blaming teachers, and who suffers? The child. So we looked at chapters on every kind of parenting paradigm: dual parents home, single parents home, foster parenting, parents who are taking care of special needs children, fathers, the difference between absentee and non-resident fathers, things you need to know about what your child is dealing with on social media, what they're dealing with at school. The book was blessed to become an Amazon bestseller. From that book, I deal with what I call a parent empowerment. And the message is simple. Parents, you're the first teacher. Your home is the first classroom. Get it together. Stop blaming. Take your role as a parent of authority and make it happen. I was blessed to be invited a part of this Be Well journey by Carmen. And it has been just a blessing all the time. And I'm going to be transparent and pop my own hand. There are several things that Carmen's asked me to do, and I'm just so stretched. I will double book myself, hallelujah, or I have to back up and say, Carmen, I can't make it. And in my heart, I'm going, please don't just disconnect me from Be Well, Carmen. I have told her many times I can't make it, but I'm included in everything she does. And I am so humbly grateful for that. Because sisters, those who are new, I don't have to tell those who've been here. This platform, this community, and it's not a platform, this community helps entrepreneurs, women, elevate to their next level. Whatever it is you want, whatever it is you need, you can tap into this community and you can get it. If Cameron don't have it, she's a mastermind at thinking outside the box. If you just hint to her, you're looking for something that you can't find, she's gonna find a program. In fact, she might start the program. That's Carmen Ray. She is a mover. She is a shaker, a devout woman of God in everything she does. There is no such thing as perfection on earth, but everything she does in perfection through Jesus Christ. And she does it with grace and a humble spirit. She is never prideful. She's just so communicable. You can connect, you can talk. This is the place if you want to achieve anything. I don't even say in 2026. Linda Michelle knows I don't like speaking in terms of a year, because anything you start should not be for just a year. It should be started and manifested for a lifetime. So in this season, my sisters, if there's anything you need, anything you desire, anything you can dream of, you can find it here. And when she introduced you to Mike, that's not by accident. That man is absolutely powerful. He is a walking genius in anything techno-oriented. And I told him many times, I'm technologically challenged and I don't have any qualms about admitting it. So if I have a problem, I'm going to text Mike. What do you ask Mike? I'm going to ask Mike. Because I'm like that little, that child sitting on the beach trying to find mama going, oh God, what do I do? And like Carmen, when I heard about ChatGPT, I said, oh God, that's the downfall of humanity. But it's become one of my, I think Linda Michelle calls it her assistant. That's my virtual assistant. Everything I need, I go to IA, I go to ChatGPT. So I have been blessed to be a part of Be Well for several years now. I'm a part of the circle. I'm a part of the Be Well team, the submitting articles, and everything that this organization, this community offers is purposeful, is targeted, and is to help you soar into your success. I will now turn it back over to you, Ms. Carmen.
Wow, y'all clap it up. Y'all see why I love her? I'm so grateful for her. Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Breen. I'm so glad that you're staying connected. And I mean, hoping, I know you're busy, you're speaking, you're leading groups, you full-time leadership on your job. I'm so fearful. I'm asking her to do things, and one day she's gonna say, can you just stop? But she gives me grace, and she still keeps showing up when she can. So I'm so grateful for it. So next, we're going to bring up to our virtual stage one of my dearest friends. Well, oh my goodness, have we had some deep conversation. She came to my home in Arizona. She constantly is one of my featured speakers at my retreat. She is our keynote speaker on our first cruise retreat, and that is Linda Michelle Trainer. Go ahead and take it away, my dear.
Wow. It's like, okay, is she talking about me? My Lord, this is even that. I'm going to set my timer because I know that's something that I've learned from this powerhouse, this warrior, this anointed woman of God, is consistency and integrity when it comes to business. She is phenomenal. And like Dr. Bree said, I met her through Dr. Bree's network and through our collaboration. And when she said, collaboration is the new currency, I knew I had to know her. She talked about retreats. That's something that I wanted to do. She has been an instrumental in blessing my life. So, hello, my sisters. I am Linda Michelle Trainer, the Global Encourager. Let me slow down because I'm excited. I am so excited. I have been encouraged. I have been strengthened. I have been enlightened by being in this community. I am a certified dementia caregiver. I am a caregiver advocate. I also help women and teen girls who have gone through incest, abuse, and abortion, and especially right now in this season, helping women that have gone through abortion through a wounded spirit. And I just realized in my 8-year walk going through with my husband, passed away just 9 months ago from Alzheimer's, and then having to deal with my mama before then, that there is a connection. When we don't get to the root of what we're doing, what we're going through, we are not going to be able to succeed in business or anything else. Henry Ford said, coming together is a beginning. Staying together is progress, but working together is success. That's what I have found in the Be Well community. It has been phenomenal. I am blessed to be an international flight attendant, also in the Planet marketing as a travel entrepreneur. I am a associate producer and a part of a documentary, Remember Me, to mention the African American community, being able to share with our community that it starts within, it starts with our mind, it starts with the rest, all the fundamentals. It starts there, taking care of ourselves and taking care of those that we love. I've been walking with Jesus for over 50 years, and that is the foundation of everything I do. I have been empowered by this community. I see Alicia Kirby on here, Coach Alicia Kirby, that woman from even the beginning with the jewelry, paparazzi, she introduced because I needed jewelry. But from there, this woman has helped transform my life and show the example of what it means to be consistent when it comes to self-care. I am a part of the Circle of Impact leadership team, Be Well in Business. I am, again, honored to be a contributor to the magazine. Cannot wait to see what God is going to do through the retreat, and being able to encourage from my experiential growth, the research that I do. It has been phenomenal. I've been able to speak on other platforms here with women in the Be Well community. I'm grateful. I'm full. I am excited. The one thing that I will share in the last 36 seconds that I have, I was able to be with Carmen at the Arizona retreat, I think it was. She and I had a conversation. I was just sitting back, just listening. She's working, being about her business. She shared her testimony. Everything that you see about this woman is true. What she was sharing that she's gone through, I have seen in action without her even anything. We speak loudly by what we do and what we say, and iron sharpens irons. And my sister, Be Well community, Michael Damon, oh my goodness, everybody here, you will find, but this is the brook. And that's my call. This is the brook to be able to be fed and nourished. So I just thank you all. Stay connected, and you will definitely be enriched in every area of your life. Thank you, Carmen.
Fantastic. Y'all clap it up for Linda Michelle. Man, I'm so glad to be here in Atlanta with her. We are getting ready to really do some things here and beyond. So thank you so much, my dear. I absolutely love you. All right, guys, as we are wrapping up, and we definitely going to create some time for you all to share your feedback, but you are about to hear from the fireball, the powerhouse herself. This is what real speakers, this is how they show up on any stage, virtual or otherwise. So I'm going to bring to our virtual stage Director Denise Fields Russell. Go ahead and take it away. I'm so honored to bring you someone who has the spirit of collaboration, and leadership is definitely her gift. And you guys are going to see exactly what I mean. Director Denise, take it away.
Hey, director. Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday morning. Listen, I don't know if you all feel the same, but my cheeks hurt. These cheeks hurt from smiling so hard, right? I just been smiling this morning because, like you heard Director Carmen say, we talk every day. I'm like, how do I not know some of these women? Like, what are we talking about that I did not know who Katina Dandridge was? And I know you were excited when you got your new insurer, but I don't remember the name. And I need to know why you haven't put me on the phone with Miss Katina yet. Fellow educator. Hello, Katina. Dr. Bree, fellow educator, honey. I know why doctor is in front of your name. Everything you said, I was like, let's talk about it. I get excited. Y'all listen. It may look like I'm very quiet when I'm not on the mic, but as soon as I come off mic, I know Denise Hutton, don't tell them. As soon as I come off the mic, it's all go, like all gas, no break. I am so if I thought I was excited to have Carmen Ray as my accountability partner, I'm even more excited because I have even one of my former students, Dr. Bree, who is now a business partner of mine, who's on. She saw my post this morning and she got on here and she's been listening in the entire time. And I can appreciate that because oftentimes we'll put posts out about certain things. Anybody will put posts out about certain things and people feel like, oh, if it's this, if it's that, I've heard that before, blah, blah, blah. But you didn't hear from a platform like this of women entrepreneurs with the mastermind, Michael DeMond over there holding it down from the background and the front ground, right? Helping us all manage this thing called entrepreneurship. It sounds so fancy, Sylvia. It sounds so good. It sounds so luxurious to hear Director Carmen say that she's on a perpetual retreat. Is that how you named it? A perpetual retreat in Georgia. And Miss Betty just smiled and never wanting her to leave. I'm like, that's the ideal lifestyle, right? And then you have others on the call like, Dag, stop talking about it because I got to go back to work Tuesday, So the thing is, no matter how luxurious this lifestyle may sound, it still takes work. It still takes collaboration. It still takes humility. It still takes hunger. It takes all of the core values and everything else that we learn in business, that we've learned from our families, that we learn in church, that we've learned from experiences on the job. See, when I heard Katina and Dr. Bree talking and I was not aware that they were former educators. I said, wait, I can fly down there this afternoon and we have lunch and never leave each other because I know we have so many commonalities just around education. So I am DF Russell, Denise Fields Russell. Why do I keep the DF? Because Fields is still important to me. Fields is who I was when I became an educator and a leader. And I became a leader early on. I don't want to sound cliche and say I was leading as a child, but I was. Like, I literally was like the secretary and spokesperson of the vacation Bible schools, like as a little girl, right? And all of those things just added up to who I became as an adult. But how many of you know that no matter how good you are in your craft and what you do, there is going to be somebody who cannot handle all of you. There's going to be organizations that cannot handle all of you. There are going to be people who need you, Katina. They needed you on the job. But when you become too much for them, they forget that the title didn't make me. I made that title. Now, don't forget. And that's why you and your husband were able to say, we're going to move. We're going to do this. We're going to do that and still do what it is we know. And now we've made it into a business. So yeah, I am DF Russell. I am an educator. Yes, I'm a wife. I'm a bonus mother. I am a leader and I know it. There's no question about it. Because leadership is hard and not everybody can take it. Leadership is hard and not everybody understands how to lead. And I'm just so grateful that I was put in position just based on doing the things that I loved. And at the time it was teaching. I was a middle school English teacher. And when I say I had every position in the school, from the school bus driver, praying every day I drop the kids off, like I'm gonna be in there one day. As soon as I finish this degree, I'm gonna be in that building. And as soon as I got in that building, Miss Nadine, I was a third grade TA, a teaching assistant. But I walked in there every day with my little stack of books under my arm. Nobody couldn't tell me that I wasn't leading this group of 3 children in the basement for reading class. I was so excited, Linda Michelle, right? And I just kept going to school and kept going up until I became literally a principal at 29. That's where you understand what leadership is early on. How about when you get moved from your hometown to a regional position, and then you get moved quickly in less than a year to another city to be the assistant principal, right? And then you only do that for a year before you're promoted to principal at 29, where everybody else in the building was older than you. So you had to go in understanding how to deal with hate. And I'm talking about hate, like jealousy, hate from men and women who look like us and who didn't. So when things come up now as a business owner, the first thing I say, and I just said this to one of my partners yesterday, I said, I don't care what people do. They will never change who I am. It may hurt, it may sting, but I've been in leadership way too long. This is not my first go around having a business. I had to become a leader when I had to answer to people who didn't like me, and you still had to perform. So when I say this platform is so much bigger than just making money, money is going to come with it. It's almost like I was told, Dr. Bree, you never have to chase a title. You never have to chase a position. As long as you're operating in the light is going to find you. And that's what kept happening. People kept finding me to come and lead X, Y, and Z. And when I say I'm humbled by that, it's not boasting. I'm humbled every day. Why? Because on November 9th of 2022, you all, well, no, let me back up. September 7th of 2021, I lost my mother. My mother. That was a hard, that was in that time, that was the hardest loss that I think I had to face, of a person. Obviously, it was my mother. And I watched my mother, Linda Michelle. I watched my mother go through dementia for some years. I saw the bubbly little fireball slowly decline, and that was tough for me. But the strength that I had to keep going on to care for my mother, because my mother retired from a nursing home, you all. And she said, don't you ever put me in a nursing home, because I see what happens and doesn't happen. And as her only daughter and oldest child, I vowed that I would never do that. So when the doctors told her she had to go into hospice, we opted for home hospice. When I tell you that was a task that only leadership could have prepared you for. only the hate that you deal with on the jobs could have prepared you for, right? Because I never quit. And on September 7th, 2021, when I held my mother in my bosom that last morning, and that one tear came out of her eye, that afternoon she transitioned. But I can talk about her with so much pride because I did what everything I could up until then. But at that time, Linda Michelle, I thought that was the toughest. But November 9th of 2022, I lost my job as a school principal, Katina. When I say the toughest principal, if you ever seen Lean on Me, honey, I was the female version of Joe Clark. And as Jazzy Slaughter, she's on here, that she was my student in Chicago, south side of Chicago, and they knew I didn't come to play and I didn't leave playing, okay? And so when I say I loved what I did, but I came back home and took over a Christian school for 4.5 years, took it from number 6 out of 7 all the way to number 1. Best principal in the network. But when I got disrespected by my boss, and I told my boss, you will never disrespect me again. And I meant that, Sylvia. They let me go November 9th of 2022. I wasn't covered by a union. It was literally their choice. And I got let go. You all, that was a 6-figure salary snatched out of my house like that. But when I say it wasn't the title that made D.F. Russell. D.F. Russell made the title. And had I not said yes to the business opportunity that connected me to Carmen Ray, I wouldn't know half the women on here. See, some people get fired, y'all, and they end up having to go and rush and scurry and beg somebody else to hire them. Never. Ever. Not with 2 degrees on the wall. Never will I have to beg for a job. What I will do is put my skills to work and create the work that will pay me. Okay. And that's what I've been able to do. But it's still a journey, right? It's still a journey, right, Miss Betty? I don't care how many years we've worked. If you don't keep your business up to par, and if you don't stay consistent in the things that you say you're going to do, even your business will crumble. Now, let's bring that all the way back to why we're here today, right, Director Carmen? Carmen said, this is her be connected, be informed, and be inspired. I made that connection. I constantly get informed. And every day that I think I need it and don't think I need it, I'm inspired by this platform. Every time we meet women who are of like-mindedness, I remember one of my coaches in our business said to me, stop recruiting like the principal. See, the principal was always hiring people who were in need. The people that are on your staff will follow you because you're their boss. But what happens when you leave? Do they let it go? Yes, because they were only in it for you. Go and find like-minded people who have also been leaders in their other lives, doing other things. And when they say yes to you, they're making a commitment because it's going to help them, not because it's going to help you. And that's what this circle of impact is. If I look at every grid on here, starting with Director Carmen Ray, to Minister Aisha Williams Houston, to Michael DeMond, to now Katina Danvers, you in my address book, baby, Linda Michelle, Sylvia, if I go through every person, now I know I can connect with each and every one of these women for different reasons. And I know I can. I know I can. I've been given permission when you get invited to the table, you all. And it's something special about being invited to the table, right, Miss Betty? Because we don't want everybody at our table. Everybody can't come in my house. I don't care if we go to church together. Something about that spirit can't come in the house, right? And when you can come to this circle of impact, you all, and be able to make the connections, I cannot tell you all enough. I went to a gala last night with my husband, and it was for the Milwaukee Public School administrators. And y'all, we got there about an hour late because we had to go to church first. And I walked in that long gown and stopped in the doorway like, we're here, right? Knowing I was going to know somebody in that room. And the hugs came and the hug came. But the test was, if I feel like I'm missing out, I'll know that I miss being a principal. When I tell you we stayed for about 37 minutes and we were out the door and I didn't feel like I missed a beat, Director Carmen, no, because I watched the games that people have to play to stay in the circle. We got a circle that we've chosen to be a part of, that we've been invited to, y'all. And we don't have to play anybody's games to stay connected to this circle. So I know I speak for everyone on here when I say Director Carmen, Carmen Ray, C. Ray, Carmen, whatever people call you. We say thank you because you are the master connector. We say thank you because you are the visionary who always sees far beyond somebody else. And they always say sometimes you have to believe in somebody else's belief in you until your own kicks in. Well, you, my dear, I'm gonna use your words, you, my dear, have seen so much further in everybody who's on here today. I know you've just spilled so much in them that we can't do anything but multiply now. So you think you got 28 participants on here now. You think you're going to have about 50 to 75, 100 people on 40/40 come Tuesday. But we already see where this is going, and we're just glad to say that we were here for it first. I love you, sis. Thank you so much for this space.
Thank
I look forward
you.
to connecting with you all.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you so much. Was that powerful, y'all? Thank y'all so much for the flames of heart. I absolutely love and appreciate you, Director Denise. So we are going to go ahead and close out, but I want to bring one of the women who said yes to me first. I was a stranger in the land of Arizona, but this young lady right here is not only was she one of the first people to say yes to me in Arizona to partner with me, but her and I both have Arizona and Georgia connections. So she's going to close out and be our final speaker. Then I'm going to stay on for as long as you can stay on to ask any questions, to give any feedback, because I want to formally close it because I know that we're on a time restraint, but I'm going to stay after to build community. But I want you guys to hear about the business and the journey of my sister in success that's holding down Arizona for me while I'm in Georgia. Wendy Campbell, go ahead and take it away.
Thank you, Carmen. I'm trying to hold it down. I'm trying to hold it down. So thank you. So my name is Wendy Campbell. I'm in the state of Arizona. I'm a native of Arizona, and I lived in Georgia for 17 years. I got married, had kids, got divorced, came back home to Arizona, and I said I wasn't coming back because it is a place to raise kids and a place to retire. So I knew when I left at 18 to go to college, I wasn't planning on coming back. But, I tell you, God in his infinite wisdom had me come back. My girls had the opportunity to spend time with their family. I have both sides of my family, my mom and my dad's side here in Arizona. So it has been just a wonderful journey. I've been a single mom for a long time and working two jobs. And, we just never had the opportunity to travel much. And, so one year of 2013, I decided that my daughters and I were going to take a cruise. And, a single mom working two jobs, I'm paying for everything. everything. And it wasn't something that I didn't, wasn't sure that I could do. I knew I could do it because as single parents, we make things happen even when with nothing a lot. So we took our first cruise in 2013. We saved, we just didn't do anything. We didn't buy birthday, we didn't celebrate birthdays, we mooched on Thanksgiving and Christmas, didn't do Christmas gifts. That was our whole year's worth of doing stuff in that one trip. But that fueled me wanting to travel more. So I was so glad to find this opportunity to be able to travel. I took my bucket list trip to the Mediterranean last year, and it has just been a wonderful journey. I wasn't really working both sides of my business, and that's where I met Carmen. I came to a meeting, and instead of getting that second job, God just put on my heart, like, no, there's something else that I want you to do. And I didn't understand it at the time, but I listened. I listened. So I came to the meeting, and I didn't have I didn't have cash. I said, can you take a credit card? Let me get in. She didn't. I tell you, Carmen was so focused on what was going on that day, she didn't even look up to see who it was. She was like, "Nope, you need cash." So I run out. I went to the ATM. I got I got the cash to come in into the meeting, and after I heard the presentation with Dr. Shantina, I asked some ladies that were sitting next to me. I think Patrice Register was one of the ones that was sitting next to me, and I was like, okay, I think I want to sign up, in this business. Who should I, talk to? Because I know that there was a one-star director in the room, I believe, and they said Carmen Ray. So I was like, okay, Carmen Ray. Well, I hope it's not that lady that was outside at that table made me go get my $10 and wouldn't take my credit card. I was, but I tell you, I was like, okay, well, there's a reason they said Carmen Ray, so I partnered with Carmen Ray, and she asked me one year to have a booth at one of her events. And she's like, we want to focus on Disney. So I had my brochures. She had someone bring some banners and all kind of stuff. So I didn't know the extent of what it was. I thought I was just coming to focus on travel, but not realizing that I'd made that connection with Be Well at that time that was just going to, just implode on my life. And we've actually taken a cruise together. And one of the things that I can say about Carmen is, even though she was, farther in the business and, her entrepreneur, had her own things going on, she never made me feel like I was less than. And that was something that I appreciated because, as a single mom and, my dad was, a pro football player. So, a lot of the attention goes to him. And, I, kind of shied myself back. But when somebody sees something in you, that you don't even see for yourself. And Denise spoke on that a little bit. She was definitely one of the people that has been integral in my entrepreneurial journey to see something in me that I didn't even see in myself. So, I started out with that booth, at one of her events. I've been a lifetime publishing partner with Be Well. I'm a Be Well lifestyle and business member. So, and I also been a contributor to the magazine. And one of the things that I really love about being able to contribute to the magazine is the Ask Wendy segment. So, I love travel. I'm an ambassador with our host agency, and I love training people on how to grow their business. The ins and outs and the intricacies of owning a travel business. So I love that. And I love this article that I'm able to publish in Be Well magazine because I tell you, I've always had a knack to write, and I'll even tell you a story about the first time I wrote in Be Well magazine. Carmen asked me, she was like, "I need you to donate an article," and I was like, "Okay." So we, with another part of our organization, we were, collecting some things, for giveaways and stuff like that. And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I got some passport holders, I got some luggage tags, I got these little cute little pin sets. I'm gonna donate that article, to whatever Carmen needs me to do. And she was like, "Okay, so your article is due on such and such a date. I don't even remember the date. What are you writing about?" And I was like, "Writing? Wait, what do you mean?" She was like, yeah, your article for Be Well magazine. I was like, oh, I thought you meant something else. Struggling trying to write this article before the deadline to get it in. And it has been an amazing because it's allowed me to really put my voice somewhere. And, that's something that I just haven't been able to find my way around. But again, it's just that connection that, with Carmen that's been able to allow me to do that. And I love doing that with Be Well Travel and Lifestyle magazine. So that's why I love this community. And I'll never leave this community. It's because it's really provided me a place of belonging. And this time last year, when it's kind of hard for me to speak, but I just want to, on a personal level, not just an entrepreneur level, but on a personal level, this time last year, I was in Atlanta, and my mom was sick, and we were on, a Zoom similar like this. I think it may have been for the launch of the magazine that was happening that January. And, I mentioned to them I was in Atlanta. My mom was sick. She was in an ICU. And Linda Michelle, she told me to call her after the meeting was over so she could talk to me about resources and things like that, and just be someone that was there for me while I was in Atlanta if I needed to. Betty Brown picked me up, took me to a meeting, got me out of the house. It has been. And that's what I mean by community, because it's more than just, doing business together. We're living life together. And that's why I would encourage you to be a part of this community. So if I leave you with nothing else, just plug into this community, because you're going to leave with so much more than what you put in, because the people that I'm surrounded with, and the people that you can be surrounded with also, are just people who are loving, who always have your best interests, are always looking, for what somebody else needs. And that's just been something that's just been so beneficial into my life. So if I say, implore you for anything, just say yes to the Be Well community, because it's something that's really going to change your life like it has changed mine. So I will turn it back over to you, Carmen. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Wendy. Y'all, I appreciate y'all time. We went 17 minutes over, and I'm such a stickler for time, but I had to set the tone. I took a little extra time at the beginning when I seen so many brand new faces. Like, I've never seen Tina Garcia on before. You all may see Alicia Curvey. She's in our Be Well Facebook community. She's the person that puts out the self-care Saturday. She's been doing that for 2 or 3 years. And so, my timer was saying go, 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 but my spirit was saying slow down in order to speed up. So I wanted to really craft the time, the stories, and the energy at the beginning, DeAndrea, so you guys can understand that this is bigger than business. So I want to let you know, many of you are already members, and I am quite disappointed that we didn't have 50 people on. But what I'm really, really focused on is that I know when we have our next quarter meeting, now you all can serve as evidence that we have something worth sharing. So now I'm going to really push it up, and we're going to say not 50. Next time we're going to have 75, because now you guys can be spokeswomen and men for what we're doing here, and you can really get people. You can share it yourself now to get people in your network to join us. So a couple ways that I want you guys to take action today. In the Be Well general free Facebook group, I am going to post the dates for the rest of the year, so you can have them. You can put them in your calendar. We're going to be just like the magazine. We're only going to have this type of meeting quarterly, okay? But we want to keep planting those seeds. I'll be calling different people to speak like we had today. And if you're one of those people that you don't mind sharing your testimony and a connection, I need you to connect with me as soon as possible. 602-757-3872. You can text me and say, I'd like to speak. The first 4 people that let me know will definitely be able to share their story and their connection with Be Well. Lastly, what I want you to do, we have a special campaign that ends on January 20th. It's our first 100 women that really believe in a vision of excellence for 2026 for their personal life and in their business. We have launched our Be Well in Business Lifestyle membership, and it's $20.26. It's a lifetime membership. You don't ever have to pay again. You don't, it's not reoccurring, because we want to see who really putting a heart behind what they're talking about. They want to do more than just be in a private Facebook group. Once those women are identified, those first 100 women, then the membership is going to go up and it's going to be a monthly reoccurring. But this first 100, I did that because I want to make sure that money is not a barrier. There has been time on this entrepreneurial journey that I wanted something so bad I had to cash in change to get it. And I wanted to make sure that it was a fee to give people access, that they can dig in their sofa cushions and find it if they really wanted it or not. And so I didn't want it to be such a financial barrier that people couldn't participate. So that program is definitely ending. So if you know other women entrepreneurs, for less than the cost of a book, they can have lifelong access in this community. They can be as zealous and forward thinking as Katina, come in and be platformed right away. They could be somebody that's just been hanging out in the background, never really getting engaged to highlight their business. You know your people. So I'm inviting you, once we get to 100, I think last count we were around 45, 48 people that's taking advantage of it. When it's over, it's over. But that was my way of giving back to a community that has given me so much. So with all of that being said, thank y'all so much for the extra 21 minutes. I'm staying right here in case anybody got anything that they want to share or ask any questions. And you all enjoy the rest of your weekend. I appreciate you all. Thank you for your time.